I figured it out. I figured it all out. 90% of the people who haven't reached their fitness goals will never reach their goals. And if they do reach their goals, it's because they changed this one thing. So I'm on a coaching call earlier this week. And typically on these coaching calls, I like to talk about where you're at currently and where you want to be. So as I'm talking to him, he's real excited because he's like, these next couple of months are going to be exciting and just life-changing for me. In his mind, he has it planned out what he's going to do with his meals, how his workouts are going to be. So we're planning all this stuff out, and he's just very excited, right? So as I'm progressing through the call, I start seeing that he has a little bit of hesitation because his mood starts to change. At first he's real energetic, and then he starts getting real quiet. He's not as energetic. So I asked him, what's the hesitation? And he's like, man, I'm gonna be honest with you. I feel like every time I'm ready to start, stuff just keeps popping up. My son has basketball practice. My family needs me. Job been crazy. Job been hectic. And it's like, will I have the time to actually do this? Would I be wasting time? And he just has all these hesitations. So what I told him was, I was like, well, have you ever thought about doing the opposite? And he was like, the opposite? Like, what are you talking about? And I'm like, the opposite. Have you ever tried committing first and figuring out the rest later? And then he told me, well, why would I do that? I'm just going to waste money and time if I'm committing without, having, a plan. And I said, that's the problem right there. So it has nothing to do with your job. It has nothing to do with you taking your kid to practice. It's just that fitness and health right now is just not that important to you. It's more on the back burner stuff, right? And I gave him an example. I was like, God forbid that somebody in your family needs a kidney transplant. You all don't have the cash to pay for the transplant, and you take out that loan. When you take out that loan, you're not thinking in your head, okay, how am I going to pay back this loan? The first thing on your mind that you're thinking about is how I'm going to save my family member. How am I going to pay for this kidney transplant so that they could get this transplant and survive? That's the first thing you're thinking, right? You're not thinking about how you're going to pay it back. And even to dumb it down a little bit, which more people deal with, a lot of us went to college, right? We take out all these loans. Like, people are tens and thousands of dollars in debt and not thinking about, how I'm going to pay these loans when they're taking out the loans. Some people are even excited to get the loan, to be offered the loan. They get excited, and they don't even know what major they're going to choose. They don't even know what they want to do when they're older. They have no plan on what to do after college. They just taking out these loans to go to college because what's important to them? Their education, right? So they're committing first and figuring out the rest later. If we took all of this, right, and we applied this to our fitness goals and we applied this to our life goals, imagine how successful we're going to be. I know plenty of people who are very successful and have money with no education, right? They didn't go to college at all, but they have money and they're very successful and happy at what they're doing. But I do not know one person who is operating well without being healthy. Stop trying to wait till you have it all figured out. Stop trying to wait until you're feeling comfortable, till after your birthday, till next week, till your time freeze. What you're doing is you're just slowing down your own process. You keep thinking that, next week is going to present a better opportunity. You don't know what's going to happen. This might be the best opportunity you have. Do not take today for granted. At the end of the day, you got to look at your priorities and you need to commit to that. So I challenge you to really commit to what's important. Commit to what's important in your life, and then figure out the rest later. That looks like you getting that gym membership. If that looks like you joining that club, if that looks like you taking on this water challenge, whatever it is, stop trying to prepare yourself and just attack it.